If you're out wandering the country roads of East Anglia at the dead of night, beware, you may not be alone. In the dark, desolate countryside lurks a ghostly, devilish, huge black hound, an omen of death with bright red fiery eyes. He goes by the name Black Shuck.
The word derives from the Old English word skaka, meaning devil or fiend.
Over the centuries, there have been many sightings of the ghostly hound all over East Anglia, from the counties of Norfolk and Suffolk to the Cambridgeshire Fens and Essex.
A hellhound is a mythological hound which embodies a guardian or a servant of hell, the devil or the underworld. This illustration shows the goddess Hel and the hellhound Garm.
The earliest written record of the Hellhound is an account of an incident in Peterborough Abbey, recorded in the Peterborough version of the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle around 1127.
Let no one be surprised at the truth of what we are about to relate, for it was common knowledge throughout the whole country that many members saw and heard a great number of huntsmen hunting. The huntsmen were black, huge and hideous, and rode on black horses and black he-goats, and the hounds were jet black, with eyes like saucers and horrible. This was seen in the very deer park of the town of Peterborough, and in all the woods that stretch from the same town to Stamford. And in the night the monks heard them, sounding and winding their horns. Reliable witnesses who kept watch in the night declared that there might well have been as many as 20 or 30 of them winding their horns, as near they could tell. This was seen and heard from the time of his arrival all through Lent and right up to Easter.
One of the most notable reports of Black Shuck is of his appearance at the churches of Bungay and Blythburgh in Suffolk. On August 4th, 1577 at Blythburgh, Black Shuck is said to have burst through the doors of Holy Trinity Church to a clap of thunder. He ran up the nave, past a large congregation, killing a man and a boy, and causing the church steeple to collapse through the roof. As the dog left, he left scorch marks on the north door, which can be seen at the church to this day.
The encounter on the same day at St Mary's Church, Bungay, was described in A Strange and Terrible Wonder by Abraham Fleming in 1577.
This black dog, or the devil in such likeness, running along down the body of the church with a great swiftness and incredible haste amongst the people in a visible form and shape, passed between two persons as they were kneeling upon their knees and occupied in prayer, as it seemed, wrung the necks of them both in one instant clean backwards, insomuch that even at a moment when they kneeled, they strangely died.
All down the church in midst of fire the hellish monster flew, and passing onward to the choir, he many people slew.
The first mention of Black Shuck in print is by Reverend E.S. Taylor in an 1850 edition of the journal Notes and Queries, entitled Shuck the Dog Fiend. He writes, "This phantom I have heard many persons in East Norfolk, and even Cambridgeshire, described as having seen a black shaggy dog with fiery eyes and of immense size, and who visits the churchyards at midnight."
He takes the form of a huge black dog and prowls along dark lanes and lonesome field footpaths where, although his howling makes the hearer's blood run cold, his footfalls make no sound. You may know him at once, should you see him, by his fiery eye. He has but one, and that, like the Cyclops, is in the middle of his head. But such an encounter might bring you the worst of luck. It is even said that to meet him is to be warned that your death will occur before the end of the year. So you will do well to shut your eyes if you hear him howling. Shut them even if you are uncertain whether it is a dog fiend or the voice of the wind you hear. Should you never set eyes on our Norfolk snarly owl, you may perhaps doubt his existence and, like other learned folks, tell us that his story is nothing but the old Scandinavian myth of the Black Hound of Odin, brought to us by the Vikings who long ago settled down on the Norfolk coast.
Littleport, Cambridgeshire is home to two different legends of spectral black dogs, which have been linked to the Black Shuck folklore, but differ in significant aspects. Local folklore writer W.H. Barrett relates the story of a huge black dog haunting the area. It's the ghost of a dog killed rescuing a local girl from a lustful friar in pre-Reformation times. Fellow folklore writer Enid Porter relates stories of a black dog haunting the A10 road after its owner drowned in a nearby river named the Great Ouse in the 1800s.
Black dogs are generally regarded as sinister or malevolent. The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was inspired by a legend of ghostly black dogs on Dartmoor, Cornwall, as shown in this illustration by Sidney Paget.
In the parish of Overstrand in Norfolk, there was a lane known as Shuck Lane, so called due to the many sightings of the demon dog in that area. According to the legend, if the spot where it was just seen is examined, then one may find scorch marks and the smell of brimstone.
So, what do you think? Are these just stories of myth and legend, or is there some truth in them? Special thanks to Donna from the channel It's Art by Donna M for organising this wonderful Halloween artwork collaboration.
There are 13 amazing artists doing very different artwork. Please kindly support all the artists involved in this wonderful collaboration.
Thank you to Camille Amoy Art, who opened this collaboration and introduced us.
If you're watching the premiere, coming up next is It's Art by Donna M.
Also check out Kim's Creations,
Matilda and Josephine,
Oak by Bettina,
Cynthia Porter Studio,
Laurie Houston Art,
Hema Art,
JB Poor Art,
Artista Rushi,
Acrylic Creations by Jay Whitty,
Nina Art Life,
The Morning Pour with Holly. Have you seen a ghostly apparition? Please let us know in the comments section below.
If you've enjoyed this video, then please give us a like and hit subscribe to follow us on YouTube.